Ceslowena, they pub gwainia, and Pewasow Gorsedh Kerno, Dawfil Hagugans. Bledden pur galis o Hevlina, har soweth drogiugenen, na fydd possible sinzi agan solemnita in mis Gwingala. Many congratulations to all the award winners of Gorsedh Kerno Awards 2020. This has been a difficult year, and unfortunately I'm sorry, but we are unable to hold our usual awards evening in September.
Amíamos den heva. Mia glas, and son and scaft o koska. Best mia druvias, colon and molos frango. Olan pollen pothemes, namino digan sengi.
Don Gorsedh. Comfort to forget.
She Sophia, Scampy hand of the caress, Yank scans on Hall of Ferris, me and my couples for dread or no.
Basically, she thinks that she's a witch.
Go to the thing, put the money down, and then go. And they knew me in there, so that was all right. At the bottom of the pit. Grace, she had horses.
The problem is that I'm trying to catch something which is not there.
When Mouser first appears is and will always be the most magical moment of the show, and her first entrance, watching children's reactions to that and many grown-ups' reactions to that is just amazing. And we all know it's a puppet, but for an hour long you absolutely believe there's a real cat on stage. And I've seen the show a lot of times and I still believe that. We started very much creating this for children, and we quickly realised that we were often getting audiences where we didn't have any children. Sometimes we get audiences that are only children, and sometimes we get audiences that are only adults.
Each time, Bowser is absolutely real for me, and even more so, I think, as my time in the show is progressing. The relationship between the performers is absolutely vital, and there's something extremely special about this cast.
The fish dishes scene, as we call it, is one of my favourite scenes, and that's partly because it's such a good use of the space. All the actors are on stage together, it's a really joyful moment, and it's really fast-paced and fun.
Nice to have four-part harmony singing, save when we're doing the storm itself. I think we can get quite epic with just four of us, which is really fun to do as well with the music.
Using live music, I'm able to react to what's going on stage, or picking up on the energy of that night and kind of mirroring that, and you can get a sense of the room coming with you.
I think what's also very special about the show is the fact that it combines so many different media. So there is a lot of music in it, there's a lot of physical performance, and all of that really contributes to making this story so vibrant, and I think it speaks to the audiences because of that.
The audience are a huge part of this show, and the intimacy that they create is part of the atmosphere of the show, and a big moment of that is the lanterns. So when the lanterns are handed out to people, their reaction to seeing the lanterns turn on and being told when to hold them up and guide Tom's boat back home is a really crucial part of the story. So they become hugely involved in that moment. At the very end of the show, where we bring children up for a procession, it's a really beautiful moment in the show, and incredibly memorable for children and their families.
Son of the eternal Father, who again in power shall come, who again in power shall come, cherubs bearing, hosts adorning, swell his state and now. The first time I met you, my darling, your face was as red as a rose, but now your dear face has grown paler, as pale as a lily white rose. I love the white rose in its splendor. I love the white rose in its bloom. I love the white rose, so fair as it grows. It's the rose that reminds me of you. You're fair as a spring, oh my darling. Your face shines so bright, so divine. The fairest of blooms in my garden. Oh, lily white rose, you are mine. I love the white rose in its splendor. I love the white rose in its bloom. I love the white rose, so fair as it grows. It's the rose that reminds me of you. Me and Garen, Rose and Wyn, ma weck, ma decked out of fee, and Rose and Wyn, ma splan ma brintin, afraid that could former they be.
Gwyn I fes. Gwyn y wrta. A ddion bor y groanec I fedda o cortos, mae'r gosel y fel mewn hir. Sgôn, cefis fedda gans hos blanio inc mis est, yn dewin gwyn rwydd na yn unig the gafas. But against diwethyn jeth, res fedda ddim o fi I hwylas. Hedyn o ag yn gwar I pandra heddi o theulu yn parcafi o gas di dre pyp bledden. Gwydyn rebia cwyth am colon a ban am fetsyn pan ein ioink yn cyns y...
My name is Trevor Smitherham, and I'm entering into the Cornish dialect verse. And I sent one in before, but I'd rather, because I wasn't looking very tidy, and I apologise for that. But this one is just called Homebird. I was born on the towns of Ale. My gar, 'tis always blowing a gale. I was the runt of the clutch, but my mother loved me so much. Then slowly but surely I gained my strength, and soon I was able to fly great lengths. I was a proud Cornish gull, master of the sky. I fly to all the tourist spots and spy 'em with my eye, especially St Ives. Down to Ale Harbour, the coaster used to come in. They would bring down the coal and take away our tin. One end was Harvest Foundry, standing mighty tall with pride, and we had the Cornish Copper Company, and each other they couldn't abide. I glide along motionless, way out of reach, then aim a mighty pull at 'em while they played along the beach, then soaring up skywards like floating in a dream. I swoop again majestically and pinch their bloody ice cream. They was good to me, these tourist folk. They really had good things to eat. They chowed a bit, then chowed some more, then throd the food along the floor. It was plain to see 'twas all for me, whether sun or wind or rain. It was for me to get again. Then I swooped down from the rooftops and chase away the other gulls upon the chimney pots. Then up I fly into the sky, then pull again on their pasty pie. When all of them is gone, 'tis time for home, back to Harvest Chapel with that great copper dome. A restful sleep I must keep to start the day across the bay. This is in March 2020. Thank you very much.
Lent Illies at Easter. Old Boar Jacker was born and bred in St Ives, and had walked these streets so many times he couldn't count 'em. This morning 'twas a right poppin' house. The street was blocked by a parked car, where it shouldn't have been parked. 'Twas the bane of Jacker's life. He couldn't abide it. He comed over all mazed, for mothers with prams couldn't get past, and old grandfathers with walking sticks couldn't hobble past the obstruction. Enough was enough. He'd sort it out. Sure enough he did. Jacker's clacker was hollering like a hollapot. What's on? You can't stop there, 'tin any parking here. I'm not parked, he seethed. You could see he was right tazy. I'm trying to go in that car park, he said with clenched teeth. You ain't from these here parts, are he? What's become one of us, he thought. You could tell they have that arrear look in their eyes. T'int nothing left down along, 'tis all full. Better fit if he go back up along. Jacker's arms was going like he was half kitey. The driver started to reverse. Hold on a minute, Jacker called out, slamming his big fist down on that bonnet. You can't do that, 'tis a one-way street, and you're going the wrong way, Jacker chaunted. But you told me, the driver was interrupted afore he could finish. Back along was two-way. Mine, that was when you was walking on foot, or if he had a donkey. I remember when the donkeys loaded with lentilies at Easter, yes, and Braille and Pelchers brought up on carts from the quay. Made you